So after several technical fuck ups on my end, and then a couple weeks where we just couldn't meet up because I've been moving apartments, we're finally back with this.
Although saying that, we're still missing mystery, unfortunately.
Yeah. We gotta say we had to. We might as well try to get Tower done as soon as humanly possible.
Indeed.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's another life update for Kazan as I have changed houses once more. I've moved out of my old apartment and I'm into a new apartment. And so yeah, um, I
I
should
mean,
have.
we might as well do life reports because this part's kind of boring until the very end.
Mhm. Yeah. I also have updated. Also, I have more consistent internet now, instead of it being my old internet, my old apartment.
Whatever the fuck that was last record,
Yeah, I
which
really
I will
don't
be
know what
put,
happened.
I will be putting up that as a extra video.
Yeah, that was. I don't know what the hell happened, but whatever happened, we basically like weren't able to actually fully finish part 32. Like we were in the middle of recording a few episodes and then never were able to, or we got like two parts in before everything just went to hell. So yeah, it just was made impossible to record for a couple weeks straight, just because life things happened multiple times.
But we're back and we're going to try and finish the Crystal Tower at least today so we can move on to Bloody Dark Chronicle.
Yeah, and then for
I've got so much of Dark Chronicle recorded already and we're still not finished World of Final Fantasy.
yep. Wow, that is I forgot that is a nice little quick bit of XP right there. Is just well, not even that. It's just a quick fight, just because the fact of it's just a frog and a gnome
Yes.
or a golem now. Oh, they fucking change the names of everything all the time. Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much the big thing about me. I actually now have a smaller room. It's not as echoey because I have all my stuff. That's another thing too. I actually have stuff to put my stuff away in this room. Like I got all my I actually have a bookshelf to put my JoJo's manga up, and I also have a dresser, all that good stuff. Nothing really new in terms of PC though, of my PC, but that's fine because it's still good. Yeah, so.
And as I said already, we might not be talking much about the game at the moment, but there'll be plenty of time for that because the Crystal Tower drags.
Yeah. Yeah, the Crystal Tower is just boring. You get its gimmick pretty much immediately, which is just teleporting with crystals, and the crystals will take you to specific places. There are two specific crystals that will take you back to the beginning of the dungeon, but you can teleport back with them. So you can, just in case you need to rest, which is a lot better than the original Crystal Tower from Final Fantasy II, where there was no resting point. But yeah, so I love though that this is I love that the Crystal Tower has like story importance again in Shadowbringers, in the plot to Shadowbringers.
Yeah, this was recorded ages ago, so I couldn't fit at all.
Yeah, couldn't fit any Crystal Exarch jokes.
Yeah, unfortunate.
I still got a pretty great image. I found of just basically someone had what was it? Someone had photoshopped over an old Craigslist ad of a dude trying to look for a person to resonate with his JO crystal that only glows when he JOs. And someone had photoshopped instead of it being an image of a crystal, it's instead the crystal Exarch. I'll have to find it because I know I put it somewhere. And then also.
If you can find it, I'll make it the thumbnail for this episode.
All right. Looking for it now. Yeah. See if I can. I really hope I can find it. So yeah, that's one of the big. Another thing too is since the last time when I mentioned that I had Titania and Innocence on farm, I have now cleared Eden 1 Savage and Eden 2 Savage as well, and currently working my way through to Eden 3 Savage. That's my rating thing going on now.
Meanwhile, I'm still struggling with Titan.
I don't see how.
It's that DPS check. We've only ever passed it once.
Jesus.
In many tries. And that was only because I changed to being a tank instead of a DPS.
Yeah. Let me. I really hope I. Where the hell is this image? But yeah, like I said, it's a boring tower. Once we get to the specific point, I will mention my annoyance that makes me just hate the Crystal Tower as a dungeon. Now, if I could just...
No trouble at all.
Well, that's my annoyance for the Crystal Tower right there, is those behemoth that you have to fight if you want the secret at the very bottom of the tower.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I am not saying because I think we'll be seeing it next part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's gonna be there's a secret here, and you got to fight all the behemoths. There's behemoths are just they're always a pain in the ass just because they know both heavy physical counter and heavy magic counter, or I think it's just heavy counter and heavy magical counter.
I won't hold back.
Right, let's do this.
Yeah, so most of the enemies are just little golems, frogs, or lucky toads, and these white tunberries.
Pale berries.
Pale berries. Again, the problem is the problem with this Crystal Tower is it has the regular Crystal Tower syndrome of it being really, really long and nothing really major happening. Yeah, you might as well speeding this up with the speed up function.
Yeah. As I said, I have to show everything that's new at least once.
Of course.
Unfortunately. Because it would not be a good LP if I didn't.
Mm-hmm. That's the good part about the game I'm playing next, though. Is that everything is going to be a new encounter. And
I wish I could say the same with Dark Chronicle, but as much as Dark Chronicle improves on the original, it still unfortunately has the random ass dungeons.
They can't completely change up the game. They gotta keep something like that.
All right. Predictable.
One last life update too is that I have a new job now and stuff, and I actually have like decent money coming in again.
And here we are moving to the Touch the Crystals warp, somewhere part of the Crystal Tower.
Mm-hmm. Which I believe there's only 4 colors of crystals, which is just red, green, or orange. I believe, I think it's red, but I don't know. It's red, blue, green, and yellow, I want to say.
I think it's about red, blue, green, and orange, which I think mimics the 4 crystals of the original game.
Of course. Final Fantasy and its crystals go way back since the 80s. Even Mystic Quest had crystals.
Oh, good old warp drive. But let's be realistic.
Let us not mention Mystic Quest, please.
But Hal, it's the first game you guys got in the UK.
And it wasn't even called Final Fantasy Mystic Quest in the UK.
Well, I think wasn't it just called Mystic Quest?
Nice knowing
Mystic Quest Adventure.
Oh god. Oh, so it's like a Seiken Densetsu was called Final Fantasy Adventure, and then it was called Secret, and then the second game was called Secret of Mana.
Yeah, pretty much exactly like that.
Yeah, and now, yeah, that's another cool thing is that we finally, after 2 decades of this game not existing in the West, we finally have a Western release of Seiken Densetsu 3.
And it's already out.
Yeah, and it's called, but they call it Trials of Mana. Now, if only the bastards would give us an American release of Terranigma.
No, as not only did it take 20 years to get that game, but you're also getting a remake of it next year as well.
Yeah, we're getting a full remake, like Secret of Mana remake of it, which is even weirder to say. It's like, it took us 2 decades to get this, and then now we're just getting that and a remake. All in the span of a year. All in the span of 2 years.
I'm just waiting for the remaster of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, and the fact that they fixed some problems.
It might not be getting the full Final Fantasy VII treatment, but having a Final Fantasy VIII that I can play right now is just nice.
Well, it's also like they already fixed it. Like, they already fixed the look of the game. They smoothed out everything, and they're actually putting effort behind the remaster.
Victory.
Yeah, because it kind of looked like a blocky piece of crap on my old telly.
Yeah. Still, like, one of the funniest things that came up on Twitter about it was the scene of you're the best looking guy here, and it's just you see a zoom in on like how his fucked up and pixelated his face is, and then like there's a webcomic that draws that out. On Twitter, someone loaded that scene, and his face is smoothed out.
It could have been worse. They could have used the image of his face from near the end of the game, where his face is just like a big black hole.
Oh yeah, the black hole that's like that disturbing black hole that you see for a split second. That just emphasizes that theory that he's been dead the whole time.
But once you see it, you can't unsee.
No, you really can't. That's the problem with is that black hole face is like the last thing you see during the end of the game. But yeah, that's it's fucking weird. But yeah, they actually smoothed his face out so he actually looks good. So he's actually the best looking guy there. It's fucking beautiful. But yeah,
I think we're getting near the end of the part, which means my little surprise is about to kick in a couple of minutes.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't say this. Yeah, I think I've pretty much finally picked out my next game, which is going to be Shadow of the Colossus.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Yeah, hopefully I actually complete this compared to Kingdom Hearts 1. Honestly, I think I'm actually going to have to re-record all of that. Or not all of it, at least like past what happens in part 20. At this point, I might want to re-record it. Anyways.
My little surprise is kicking in.
Uh-oh.
So if you want to put the music up a teeny wee bit.
When the devil is too busy and that's a bit too much, they call on me by name, you see, for my special touch to the gentleman of misfortune.
This is what we've been building up to 32 parts.
Call me by any name, anyway, it's all the same. I'm the fly in your suit, I'm the pedal in your shoe, I'm the bee beneath your bed, I'm the bump on every head, I'm the heel on which you slip, I'm the pin in every head, I'm the thorn in your side.
This is it. This is the point where Kazan gets OP.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is I think this is the first time you've actually showed this. This is what happens when you complete a Mirage board. Oh my. What the f- Yeah, so that's what happens when you fully complete a creature's Mirage board, is you obtain Mirage Mastery. Oh my. It's just the evil laughs of Willem Dafoe.
Evil laughs for the rest of the video.
What the fuck? What Nicolas? Is that Nicolas Cage?
Yes.
Oh, what movie was that?
That was a trailer from Grindhouse.
Okay, I was gonna say, because why was he like dressed up as with a Fu Manchu in front of a swastika? Dr. Evil. Dr. Evil number 2. Wait, no, not number 2. They're just. I love how it's just like. It just like they just laugh till they're just like. Yeah. So yeah. God damn it. Of course you had to get Voldemort. I was surprised you didn't put. I was about to be surprised you didn't put Voldemort into it.
That laugh, not putting that laugh in, that'd be just crazy. Oh well, next episode we'll be going further into the Crystal Tower.
Hopefully, yeah.